Okay, let's speak to our top three overall at the 6 hours of COTA, the Lone Star Le Mans race, and congratulations to our winners, Timo Bernhard, Brendan Hartley and Earl Bamber from Porsche LMP team. Second place, Andre Lotterer, Nick Tandy and Neil Jani from Porsche LMP team. And in third place, Sebastian Buemi, Stefan Sarazan and Kazuki Nakajima from Toyota Gazoo Racing. Well, a thrilling contest, lots of strategies, lots of interest and intrigue during that race. We're going to speak to Timo first. You started, Timo, the Toyotas got past you, but then the race came back to you a bit later on. Tell us first of all about all that hard work in free practice and what it meant for a very complicated tyre strategy this weekend.
Yeah, that was sure. I mean, we assumed it's going to be very hot, but because the race was a lot earlier than last year, so it was definitely the hottest part of the day. So the setup work was a little bit different because of that. So, but we always had good long runs in here in free practices and with a bit better speed than the competition in Toyota. So we thought that the race, we actually thought that in quality it would be much closer to us. Actually, maybe with a high chance to beat us. But then actually it was the other way around. I mean, today in the race, I mean, in the first lap I was really surprised. It was also interesting to see the different boost strategies on the first lap. And then, yeah, they came like a train in corner 13, 15. Okay, and then I was P4. It was a new situation, but it was a tight race, and it was an interesting first stint just to stay out of trouble. At the end of the stint, I came back again, so it was a close fight. And then, obviously, then the strategy was a bit different between the two manufacturers in terms of when they did double stinting the tires, because it was clear from the beginning that we would only single stint the drivers because of this temperature rule. And then, yeah, actually in my second time when I hopped in, it was after the safety car, was again within both cars, and it was fair battle and was tough, and traffic was the deciding factor like usually, but maybe even more here because as the track developed, there were certain places that you couldn't go anymore with pickup, and you could destroy your tires more towards the end of the race. So you had to be smart. Yep, and yeah, at the end I think we had a good race. In the end, we have to say we switched positions, which was clear from the beginning. We have a Porsche to fight for the championship, but congrats to car one. I mean, they would have deserved the victory today. They did a great job.
Thank you.
Great job, and congrats to my teammates as well, Earl and Brendan. I mean, awesome weekend. We did what we had to do, stay out of trouble, and that was good.
Thank you very much, Timo. Congratulations. And Brendan, this is the third win at COTA on the trot for you and Timo, and of course the fourth win in a row, which is the same as what you did in 2015. Must be a very satisfying way to finish the weekend and extend your championship lead.
Yeah, really good for the championship and also for Porsche, as Timo said. Actually, it was a really exciting race from the word go. As Timo mentioned, the Toyotas were a lot quicker than we expected, maybe than they expected. Bodes well for a good end of the year. So yeah, quite conservative on our car with strategy, leading the championship. The other car went like a rabbit, and they also they could have deserved to win this race. So obviously there's a high chance that it will be reverse roles at the end of the year if we try and help them secure second in the championship. So thanks to them. It's never fun for both of us having to swap positions at the end, but it was honestly an awesome race. Although we were being conservative, we were pretty close to being flat out the whole time, and both cars were always within 10 seconds, and that's I mean, that was a really awesome effort by both crews and all drivers. So yeah, awesome.
Good stuff. Well done, Brendan. Moving over to Earl Bamber. Earl, you were in the car obviously for the double at the end. Conditions extremely tough for the drivers as well as the cars and the tyres. But obviously, talk us through that last bit when the team synchronisation came into play. Porsche's never hidden the fact that the manufacturer's title is priority this season.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it was a great race by car number one. I mean, they were fully on it all day, so they really deserved it. But, you know, we got quite close with the fuel strategy at the end there, but with the final stop, they came back out in front. And Toyota certainly kept us on our toes, had a nice fight in the middle of the race with the number 7. So it was a good fun day, and, you know, it's great that it's so close. Obviously, I never like to win like that. But, you know, top job. Nick did a great job all day standing against him. So, you know, hats off to those guys. And, yeah, let's bring on Fuji.
Thank you, Earl, and well done to the number 2 crew. Congratulations. Moving over to our second place trio, and we'll speak with Neil first. You started and were able to build a fairly decent gap, Neil. It was obvious you had a really strong car underneath you today.
Yeah, I think the start, most of the race, it was a fun race because we all raced actually. I think that was what we all liked today, and the Toyotas were close. You couldn't do any mistakes, and unlike Mexico, where it was, I guess, boring for everyone, today we had actually some interesting battles on strategy side, but also from driving side. We had to manage traffic and so on very well. The rest we know. The rest we knew that if that happens at the end, that will be the policy. So yeah, I think we'll hope. Hopefully we seal it up quickly, and then by the end of the year we can race also the last 6 minutes. But overall, I think today was a fun race because we were really allowed to race. I think that's one thing to mention.
Thank you very much, Neil. Well done. And moving over to Andre. Andre, you had some great fights, particularly with Lopez in the number 7 car. Tell us about that, and also about you had a bit of an incident with Kamui when he sort of torpedoed you on the inside there.
Yeah, it was exciting. To be honest, I think no one drove conservative today. Everyone was pushing hard, and it was nice to see that we had to battle the Toyotas. Was interesting with Lopez. Obviously, these cars you can override the boost and play with that a bit. So past him, then he probably reboosted to pass me, and then you run out of boost. It was quite funny. We lost a lot of time though, but for sure for him, he helped the sister car go away a bit. But it's racing, and I think it was all fair. A bit less from Kamui, but I guess he attempted something that didn't work out, and luckily we have 4-wheel drive. Somehow I saw myself spinning, and I was already on the power because it was on the exit of the corner, and I just kept it on the power, and the front wheel started spinning and put me back straight. So that was quite fun. So no, honestly, it was good to race and enjoy these cars here for one last more time.
Well done, Andre. Good stuff. Great action from you today, and Nick. Extreme conditions out there. A hard-fought race today in every department. Tell us about your stints with the car, how the car behaved, and obviously the tyre strategy you employed today.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I had more fun watching in the pit the race than kind of driving myself, because I didn't have the battles on track myself that I was watching with the others. Andre's clearly practicing his rally driving. When he leaves Porsche, he's going to have a new job. So, but it was a great race. So. Kind of different to Mexico. It was everybody was active in trying to get each car to the finish in the quickest possible way, not just from driving, but all the stuff behind the scenes with the strategy. And you could see that between Porsche and Toyota, we kind of mixed things up with tyre strategies and fuel only stops, things like that. So it was it was an interesting race, and but once again, congratulations to Porsche, because we've come out with a first and second again.
Well done, Nick. Congratulations to you guys. And in third position, Sebastian Buemi, Stefan Sarazan and Kazuki Nakajima. Sebastian, let's start with you. You took the start. You were able to take the race to Porsche in the first phase of the race. Were you satisfied with the momentum that you've got now and the improvement made from Mexico City?
Yeah, to be honest, after the qualifying, I was not expecting, to be able to follow their pace, because yesterday we were so far away. I just think that it suited our car a little bit better than Mexico. Mexico really struggled for grip. Fuji should be better. Hopefully, we'll have a few updates there. So we'll see. But yeah, we were just a bit too slow, to make sure we can fight with them. And I tried as hard as I could towards the end. But over the distance, we're maybe a couple of tenths too slow to make sure you can fight with them. So then you need to, we took a lot of risk. If you look at Kamui's maneuvers he had in the race, we had to take so much more risk, to make sure we could follow them. But I think, with the old tires, we were maybe a bit more competitive. We had a good stint with the old tires, but then when they really needed to put the gap in, they were again a bit quicker than us.
Thank you, Seb. Moving over to Kazuki. Kazuki, second consecutive third position for the number 8 crew. Talk us through your stints today and give us a bit of an idea of how tough it was, conditions, and obviously applying the strategies with the tyres today.
Yeah, I mean, the first stint, I was quite surprised to have a lead lap in the race because of the difference of strategy. But at the same time, our pace was quite good, so we managed to keep some gap to Porsche and our sister car. So it started very well, but then I think we missed the pace a little bit towards the end of the race. But it's same third place to Mexico, but it's a good step forward. I think we were in a fight, and should be better for Fuji and the rest of the season. So I'm looking forward to have another good fight.
Thank you, Kazuki. And Stefan, return to the cockpit with Toyota, and your first race with Seb and with Kazuki. Overall, the weekend, what are the insights you've gained from racing with the team, and obviously the very complex nature of the tyre calls this weekend?
Yeah, yesterday was a bit disappointed after quali, but in fact it was better battle during the race, as everybody mentioned. So we are not too far from Porsche. We need to improve the car to push really hard for Fuji. We can do it. There we are strong normally. So in a race we didn't do our best setup. I think in free practice the car was better, but now we did a strong race. Fortunately they are too strong today.